Greetings and welcome to our channel update video for October, and as always we're going to have a bit of news about the status of the channel, upcoming videos, shoutouts to other channels and community features, and all that good stuff. You can see a list of the things we'll be covering today on the main menu here, and I'd like to start out with our new planned video schedule going into the future, starting with November. And this is by no means going to be what the channel schedule will look like every week, particularly since many of these videos are, once a month or less. But this is the schedule we're going to try and keep to from, now on. Assuming, of course, minimal delays, but, there's always going to be delays of some kind or another. So this is by no means an exact schedule. And starting out, on Sundays, we're going to have Morrowind modding interviews and Oblivion modding interviews. And these are, of course, not going to be every week, not unless we get a lot more modders signed up to do interviews. Though I would like to see this become a weekly series again. And Mondays, we'll have Morrowind modding trailers and Let's Mod Morrowind. Again, these aren't going to be every week. The next episode of Let's Mod Morrowind is currently scheduled for late November, and we'll be focusing on shop vendors, taverns, bed and room renting scripts, and also setting up respawning vendor containers. On Tuesdays, we'll have the channel news videos like this one, as well as the Morrowind Mod of the Month and the Modders Challenge when available. Due to time constraints, I've delayed the Modders Challenge until December, when I'll hopefully, finally have some time to write a murder mystery in detail. I hadn't, originally planned this series to be quite this large in terms of mod scale. I mean, a murder mystery takes a lot of effort to make, so we'll see what happens there. And Wednesday is, of course, Oblivion House Mod Hunters, and that's a weekly series that we'll be doing every week. And Thursday we have Morrowind modding manners and Morrowind modding textures when available. Ideally, they're going to be every other week, but Morrowind modding textures takes a really long time to produce. You may remember the last episode was over 2 hours long, so we'll just have to see, what happens there. And on Friday, we'll have Oblivion modding showcases and the top 10 Morrowind mods videos. Again, only when available. Oblivion modding showcases will be moving to an every other week schedule, and obviously we don't have that many episodes of top 10 Morrowind mods, so that's not going to be very common. And finally, on Saturday, we'll have Morrowind modding showcases, which will be returning to a weekly video series from now on. And episode 54 is already about, 65% complete, so you should see it on your dashboard come Saturday morning. Anyway, that's the schedule we're going to try to keep from now on, and hopefully November will be a much more productive month when compared to the past few months that we've had here on the channel. But more on that later. I did want to do a few shoutouts real quick. First and foremost, to the Morrowind Discord server. For those of you who don't know, Discord is a text and audio-based communication platform that operates not like the old IRC and Mibit channels used to. You can join a community and chat with their members instantly, and the Morrowind modding community has over 100 members now, mostly modders, including the authors of your favorite mods and province modders from the major modding projects. But players are also more than welcome to join. And much of the discussion seems to be, kind of all over the place, between talking about the construction set, new mods, complaining about how much the Skyrim Special Edition sucks, and just about everything else Elder Scrolls related, and even some stuff that isn't. There's also a few different chat rooms here, including one for modding discussions only, mod releases and screenshots. It's just a really cool tool for, keeping in contact with the community and getting answers to questions in real time. I definitely recommend checking it out. Most of the people here are, fairly friendly and probably won't kill you horribly or, traumatize you with their crazy sex fetishes, probably. Anyway, you'll find a link to the Morrowind modding community Discord server down in the video description below. And a special thanks goes out to Star Wars Gal 9875 for setting this place up and, providing the community with a new communication tool. And next up, I'd also like to give a quick shout out to the Morrowind Shorts YouTube channel. Probably most of you are already, familiar with it. I mean, it's been on our recommended channels list since we started Morrowind modding showcases, but for those of you who haven't checked it out yet, Morrowind Shorts is basically a comedy channel that uses Morrowind machinima to create highly amusing videos that all true Morrowind fans are sure to appreciate. I've been watching Morrowind Shorts for years now, since, before I even considered starting Morrowind modding showcases, and if you haven't seen it yet, definitely go and give it a watch. There's a lot of great content on there. And anyway, for our next topic, I do have an announcement to make regarding pilot episodes. Patreon subscribers should now find the next batch of 3 pilot episodes available in their Patreon feed. do check them out and, cast your votes for which of the 3 video series you'd like to see, become a permanent series on the channel. And in addition, there is a second poll where you can cast votes for which games you'd like to see new pilot episodes for in the future. Obviously, I'm kind of running out of ideas for Morrowind-based series, so you can vote for Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and there's a couple of other options I've, thrown on there just in case, for potential pilot episodes. But of course, there is no Fallout 4, just simply because I'm not really interested in it, and I don't really want to waste money on it. And anyway, this will, hopefully streamline the future production of pilot episodes, and the current batch should be available to the public sometime next week. Next up, I'd like to do a quick review of the last couple of months, which weren't, particularly productive for the channel. We only had 8 videos released in September and 7 videos released in October, far below what I would have, liked to see in terms of video production. A lot of the lack of videos was, of course, due to a trio of, quite frankly, master videos released at the end of September and into early October. You guys may remember we had 3 videos that were all released around the same time that all had a length of about, 2 hours or so. And to make matters even worse, both Morrowind Modding Showcases Episode 53 and Oblivion Modding Showcases Episode 4 were longer than I would have liked, so yes, we ended up with less productive months than usual, but we did also have longer videos as a result. And now what you guys may not realize is that these longer videos, while they do technically take longer to produce, are not the primary cause of video production delays. I already explained this to the Patreon subscribers the other day, but basically, the main cause of video delays on the channel is actually related to limited hard drive space. Raw video footage takes up a lot of space, and while I do actually have 4.5 terabytes of available space across all my hard drives, at the moment my actual free space is down to about 500 gigabytes or so, with 3.2 terabytes being used for channel related purposes, including about 250 gigabytes of Morrowind installs, that's 26 Morrowind installs, 180 or 190 gigabytes of mods, 1.8 terabytes of stored video footage for the major province mods like Province Cyrodiil, and Project Tamriel and Tamriel Built, 40 gigabytes of raw audio recordings, 40 gigabytes of Oblivion installs, 500 gigabytes of backup videos, and we have over 200 videos on the channel now, so, those have really been adding up. Point is, because of the limited amount of space, the primary delay in video production has to do with the fact that in terms of raw video footage, videos do tend to take up a lot of room. An episode of Morrowind Modding Showcases, for example, takes up on average 200 gigabytes of space. So this means that currently I can only work on 2 or 3 videos at a time. Ideally, I'd like to be able to, record a dozen or so mods at a time and work on several videos at once, and that's just, way more efficient. And that's why I'm going to go ahead and purchase a new hard drive. So hopefully November can be much more productive in terms of new videos. Of course, this does mean, pushing back building a new computer for improved frame rates until, some later time. I do already have a new video card that was, kindly donated by SV Engineer, but we're still a ways off from getting the rest of the parts needed to build a new rig, and right now, video production just kind of trumps improved frame rates at the moment. Hopefully that won't always be the case, but that's just something we're going to have to work on at a later date. And I'm also thinking about doing a new video showing you guys, what usually goes into making an episode of Morrowind Modding Showcases, because, there's actually a lot of steps involved, and it might be a bit fun to explain my process a bit, from playtesting mods to setting up episode mod lists and the recording process, and sort of explaining what I'm looking for when I playtest a mod, but I don't know if you guys would, have any interest in that. Just let me know in the comments below if that's a video you'd like to see. And anyway, speaking of, I thought I'd talk a bit about upcoming videos that'll be coming out in the next few weeks. As mentioned before, this mod Morrowind Episode 5 is due out towards the end of the month, but coming up pretty quickly, we'll have Episode 54 of Morrowind Modding Showcases this Saturday, the top 10 Morrowind mods of 2013 either this Friday or this Sunday, an episode of Morrowind Modding Manners on Thursday, and a new Oblivion House Mod Hunters episode coming out tomorrow. Overall, we should have at least 4 episodes of Morrowind Modding Showcases this month, in addition to 2 new episodes of Oblivion Modding Showcases, ideally at least 1 modder interview, 4 episodes of Oblivion House Mod Hunters, 2 episodes of Morrowind Modding Manners, and 1 episode of Morrowind Modding Textures, taking a look at Imperial Common and Nordic texture replaces this time around. A lot of these videos are already in production, and when the new hard drive arrives, we'll be able to, really speed things up going forward. Now, I did also want to talk a bit about community communication, since as you guys may have noticed, I'm not always the most well, responsive person on the planet, I often get buried in the work of video production and forget to reply to messages or keep you guys informed about what's really going on with the channel. So from now on, I'll be posting a progress update on upcoming videos every week on our official website, and also on the channel blog, and of course on the Patreon page. So you guys will know what's going on and what the status of your favorite video series is, and you can, make suggestions about particular mods that might fit in with, upcoming episodes. And speaking of the community, I did also want to ask for help from the community regarding a few minor things. Namely, as I mentioned, I'm not always the best at responding to messages and comments, and one of the most popular videos on the channel is the Morrowind modding tutorials video on how to install mods. Often, people comment on that video with issues they're experiencing, and I'm often not really sure how to respond, or, don't have the time to do detailed research into the issue they have. So I'm requesting help from you guys, community, to possibly, stop by the comment section on the How to Install Morrowind mods video and help out people if you can. These are usually new players to Morrowind that are experiencing issues, and I think we can all agree that it would be for the best to, ease their transition into a modded Morrowind, since the more people playing Morrowind, the better, and, the more people playing Morrowind, the more people modding Morrowind, the more people making mods, all that just improves the community. So if you have the time, please do consider lending a hand with tech support. And anyway, that wraps up pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. We do have a major announcement to make next week, but I'm going to be saving that for a surprise for, later. And anyway, thank you all for watching and supporting the channel, and, I'll see you all next time with our next modding video.